All right, my Art 2 intermediate kids, we are going to do a project that I call Outside the Border. So, what the concept of this project is you're going to draw a rectangle or a square somewhere on your page. It needs to be somewhat near where your object of the piece is. And everything that is inside the square or rectangle is going to be colored. You can use watercolor or you can use colored pencils. Everything that is outside the square is going to be in black and white, and you can shade it. You can use like this. You can do Sharpie. So it needs to be black and white. And then any part of your character or whatever's in your picture that goes outside the border, and you do have to have some parts that pop outside the square. So you're going to choose where your square, I would draw your whole image and then choose where I would put the square. And anything that goes outside of it is also going to be in color. So I'll show you some more examples. Here, the bird, everything that is inside is watercolored, and everything is outside is done in ink and Sharpies. But where the bird goes over the edges of the square, it is also in color. Do you see right here where they drew this box over the bird's tail? I would have stopped that line, and they did it right here, but they didn't do it right here. So make sure I would not put that line in the actual drawing part. Right? Hers was, this is what's outside, and her leopard, I don't know, this one didn't work as well. You can see the inside the border here, but then she has a lot of extras where the colors and everything just kind of blend together, and it looks like a really cool piece of art, but it really doesn't work as well for this project. Here she's got the sunflower and the butterfly is what comes outside the border. And then she did this really cool shadow under the butterfly, which made it neat. And she used acrylic paint. And if you have a canvas and you have paint, you are allowed to do that for this. Use those things for this project, but you do not have to. You do not have to go get a canvas. And if you have paints you just want to do on paper, like a thick paper, that's fine too. Actually, it's kind of all up to you, whatever you want to use on this project, as long as you have color and you have black and white. Here was a giraffe, and you can see outside and inside. You do need to make sure that it works better if your big thing doesn't go off the edges of the paper. So it's something that can happen inside the square. Like this bird was inside the square mostly, but some of it does go outside the square. And she did a better job where I was showing you where that line is not drawn like through the wings. This is done correctly. And it was a real nice use of ink, and it fills the page very well. This is a beautiful butterfly, and not only did the butterfly go off the page, but these flowers also popped outside the square. So or it's a moth, it might be a moth. So really you got to draw your picture and then choose where you're going to place your square or your rectangle. But please make sure, even if you wanted to try a circle, I might be all right with that too. But make sure if you're going to draw a circle that you find something circular and you trace it. If you're drawing a square, make sure that you use a ruler and your lines are straight. This one is not a very interesting composition, for one. The other objects in it are kind of strange, and it just doesn't, this does not flow and work as well, is what I'm saying. And I hope you can see that too. Here is a beetle, and where these vines are inside, it is colored, and where it goes outside. Here again, look where they drew this line over the leaf. So if you know you're going to paint that leaf, it should flow straight off the edge of the paper. It should not have lines through it. it should do just like the head of this character did. It just goes off. The arms just goes off. There's no lines through them. So you can see that that was a mistake in this part. I do like the stippling that they've used in their vines as a shading technique. This one was pretty. Things that go across the page or fill the page. If the whole composition is filled with a pretty picture, it works well. And this was the original one that I used as an example that I found online when I first started this project many years ago. So you can tell that it's got good color inside. It pops off here and here. You can tell the color stops at the edges except on the object of focus. So I hope you understand what we're doing. You can use any supplies that you have on hand that you own. You do need to make sure that you follow the requirements of the black and white and the color, and that you've listened to the whole video and you understand how to do this project. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, or you can call me in the afternoons from 2 to 3. I will happily be able to explain anything that you didn't understand. If you need any supplies, you also can let me know and I'll get them ready for you, and you can come pick them up at the school as well. All right, thanks.